Hey, what's cracking? Hope this video finds you doing well today. I hope you're on top of the world, man. If things aren't going your way, though, you can hit stop on this video right now and think about what you're blessed with in life. A few things you're thankful for, whether it's someone you love, a job you have, a roof over your head, or the fact that you got food in your belly. You're blessed in a lot of ways, and perspective is what it's all about, man. It changed your whole day. So take the time to think about the way you're blessed every day when you get up. Try to pick up your blessings and not your curses. If this is the first time you've ever joined one of my videos, my name is Ricky Dye, and I went to prison when I was 15 years old. And I didn't get out for 20 years, 5 months, and 29 days. And I was in all the roughest places, medium and max, and I'm trying to use these videos to maybe give someone pause before they go make a mistake like the one I did and hurt their family and a victim's family and themselves. And that's what these videos are about. So first thing I would like to do is put a shout out for Cody Smith. He sent me $10 on Cash App unexpectedly out of nowhere, man. You guys amaze me, man, because for most of my life, people were out to get me for anything they could. So you guys restore my faith in humanity, that people will really try to help you, accomplish your goals and the things you try to do. Because like I've said many times, when I started out, I had no way to do these videos, and now I have everything I need. So once again, thank you guys. I'm almost at 200 subscribers. So for everyone who's hit that subscribe button, thank you. And if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that for me. And please share it on all of your social media platforms. In this video, man, I'm going to get straight into McAllister. At this time, I was in the Berry House. If you haven't kept up with my story, you can go back to the beginning, and I'm telling it from the start all the way through. At this time, I was in the county jail for 5 months. I was in the Berry House for 5 months as a juvenile. Almost 6. I was certified and sent to the county jail for 1 year and 5 months. And then I went to Lexington Medium Security, and I was there for about 1 year. And if you check out the last few videos, I don't want to take everyone through it again, but now I'm in DU, and I've been told that I'm going to McAllister. I'm going to charge right into these videos. I've tried to start this video several times, and keep getting up too upset. I don't want for people to see me upset on these. Last thing I want is for someone to see me cry. I'm a pretty tough guy. When I'm awake, I'm not afraid of anything. But I've been thinking about these videos a lot, the McAllister videos, and keep getting kind of upset, so I don't start them yet. I have to be in the right mood. I don't want to get on here all down, but it's not always roses, man. Even when you're happy every day, sometimes you have to smile through the tears. And I've been smiling through the tears, brother. I've had nightmares several nights in a row, and yesterday I was physically sick from it. And man, I was in this room saying, pick up your blessings, pick up your blessings, pick up your blessings, playing that fight music over and over and over, man, trying to get my head together. Because I want to tell you, if you're down and you feel down in life and you're depressed, that, man, if there is anybody in the world that could sit around and think about everything bad that's happened to them and just give up, it's me, man. I can sit around here and I can start from when I was a kid and think about all the bad things that have happened to me, and before you know it, I'll decide I just can't handle life. But I refuse to be that way. I'm going to pull up my bootstraps, and I'm going to charge on through and let the past be the past, and I hope you'll do the same. And so I'm in DU, and when they come tell me I'm shipping to McAllister, man, it terrified me. And there's a guy down there I knew named Chris, and when we found out I was going to McAllister, he was going to another medium, and man, we started praying. He was praying for me like I'd been sentenced to the electric chair or something. And that's how I felt like I was. So the next day they come and they load everybody up, the guys that are going to other mediums, and what I told you about the green lizard and other videos, the bus everyone gets on, and we're on these buses and headed around to McAllister, and everyone else is getting off at medium. No one else is getting off at maximum security, just me. And I was 18 years old. I turned 18 in November, and I got shipped to McAllister somewhere around February of 92. And when you pull up to McAllister, man, it looks like it belongs on an island somewhere. There's just an uncomfortable feeling that something bad's going to happen there. Like it's haunted, or like it's going to be by your ghost. In most places that you go, when you're in prison, it's like a small town that you can't leave. It has its own currency, its own economy. The warden is the president, the unit managers are the government, and the police, the staff members, the guards are the police. And you've got the guys who are running the drugs, and you've got the Christians, and it's just like a little town, man. The only difference is you can't leave it. And usually after being there for a little while, you kind of get a little more comfortable, and that fear, that being afraid, kind of goes away, and you're just kind of living your life for the most part. But that doesn't happen in McAllister. In McAllister, you get there afraid and you leave afraid. That fear that something bad might happen, it never goes away. So my mom had a nervous breakdown when I first went to prison. And the day I got to McAllister, they let me make a collect phone call. They walked me up to my cell, and there was only one other person getting off there at McAllister, but he wasn't a maximum security inmate. He was from Joseph Hart. He was real good on computers. Computers were just getting started, and he was there to fix their system, to set it up for them. So he was going to be there a week or two, and then he would leave. So when you first get there, there's different buildings there. There's H Block. H Block is underground. It's where they keep people who are on death row, and it is literally underground. You don't see the light of the day. When you look out your window, it's level with everyone else's feet as they walk by, should they walk by. And there you're on solitary confinement. You don't even have contact with the guards. They set your food out, then they leave, then they pop a couple doors and you go pick it up. You don't talk to anyone. You have no one to talk to. Solitary confinement until you're there a couple years and get a level, you can't even have a TV or a radio to listen to. People lose their minds. It breaks people. They either come out of there broken, trying to kill themselves, or they come out of there stone cold killers that have no respect for humanity. It's a very dangerous place. If you think you're as rough as they get, they have a place for you, and it's McAllister, Oklahoma State Penitentiary. It's where all my nightmares are at. Every time I have a nightmare, I'm in McAllister. I was only there a year, but I was supposed to be there, and anyone that goes there, you're there a minimum of 2 years. And I'll get to how I got out in a year. My lawyer got me out of there, and we'll get to that because of my age. But I know guys, man, that'll fight at the drop of a hat. They'll get a knife, and they'll wrap magazines on, and they'll stab you. And you stab them until one of you die. And they'll face that. And I'll face that. But every one of them, when we think about McAllister, it gives you a sickness in the pit of your stomach. So they have H Block, that's for that. And then the normal units are A and C unit. But before you go to A and C unit, and we'll get to that probably in another video, but when you first get there, you go to the F cell house. And it's like stuff you've seen on prison. Just one long run of cells. Super long hallway with bars down both sides. And you can stand in your bars and see through the bars into the cell the guys straight across from you, or part of the cells in the one's catty-cornered. You hold a mirror in your bars and you see the guys next to you doing the same things, looking both ways. It's probably as long as a football field. And there's 4 floors to it. F1 is for the people who are mentally handicapped. F2, where I was taken, was for orientation. Until you get sent down the hill, they decide which part of McAllister they're going to send you to. And F3 and F4 are for the people who catch out, because a catch out or a protective custody, that's someone who's went to the police and they've told them that they're scared of someone. They've been threatened. They're afraid for their life, or they owe money, or they owe for drugs. Whatever reason, they can't make it there and they need protected. And in order for the guards to protect you, you're going to know what they're protecting you from. You got to give up a name and you got to tell them what happened. And if they believe it, then they'll give you protection. And you have to continue to renew that protective paper every year, that separatee that you're filing against that person that keeps you from being in the same place as them. It's called a separatee. And if you don't renew that every year, then you can accidentally end up with them again, unless the staff do it. If a staff realizes there's a problem and it is a staff separatee, you'll never be with them again. So many people catch out there that they had to have 2 whole floors for it. So first they bring that guy in that's coming to set the computers up, and lucky they end up putting us in the same cell together. But they're walking us down this long run. I'm thinking this is just like it is on TV. And I'm terrified, man. And I don't know how I hit it. I don't know how it didn't show, because I was so afraid that it felt like I was walking funny. But I was doing my best to show it. But what you see on TV with people throwing things through the bars, people won't throw their toilet paper out. It's too hard to get. You get a roll a week, man. You get 1 roll of toilet paper a week. Sometimes for you and your cell partner to share, but at best 1 apiece. So you don't throw that out on the run. And you don't throw anything out on the run, because then you might end up eating the loaf. So you don't do that. You don't throw things on the run. And you sure don't call people fish and fresh meat and all that. No one does that, man, because they don't know you. They might do that and you might kill them for it. There's a very high level of respect at McAllister, more than you'll find anywhere else in the world. In McAllister, there is mega respect. If someone tells you they're going to pay you for something, they pay you for it. No one disrespects anyone. If you bump into someone, you say, "Excuse me," because there, things are very serious, and you can die for the smallest thing. In the other prisons, you have to worry about getting in fights. For the most part, you worry about fights. Sometimes you run into the wrong person, it can become a knife fight. But for the most part, it's fights, maybe a lock on a belt. But in McAllister, you run into the worst of the worst. These are all the guys who have done they went to prison and they got in trouble and they stabbed someone or they ran drugs and they've done something really bad. Maybe they hurt a staff member. Maybe they stabbed a staff member. And so they're in McAllister and they're going to be there for a long time. And most of those people are doing life and they have nothing to lose. And most places, you have to do something for someone to hurt you because they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to end up in McAllister. They don't want to lose what privileges they have. But in McAllister, you're locked down 24 hours a day, except for a little bit of exercise that doesn't really count for exercise. So people have nothing to lose. A lot of them are never getting out. I wouldn't want these people living on the same block as my family, man. And I've met a few people there who are young just like me, and we'll get to that. But, they have the same bad dreams I do, man. So when I got there, they put me up on F2, and they put me in a cell with a guy who's setting the computers up. First thing I did was ask to use a phone. You get to make a phone call once a week at that time. You could make one phone call a week, 5 minutes. So I called my mom to tell my mom where I was at, man. And at the time when I was in DU in Lexington, I had the unit manager and stuff pulling for me, and we thought I was going to get back on the yard there at Lexington. I wasn't going to go anywhere. And we were afraid, terrified of them sending me to another medium yard where I'd basically be starting all over. I'd only been in the prison yards for a year. I was only 18, and I was afraid to start over, man. Felt really lucky to be at Lexington. So, man, when I called her and told her I was at McAllister, she immediately started crying and had a nervous breakdown. She had 2 nervous breakdowns while I was in prison. The first one was the day I got locked up. The second one was the day I told her I was in McAllister. She said, "It must be a mistake." "No, Mom, they put me here and I'm living here." And like I said, usually after a few days, you get to fit in, you get to talk to people around you, and that fear goes away, but not in McAllister. It didn't go away. Every day I was so afraid that someone was going to rape me or kill me, man. 3 times a week they'll come and get you for showers. And the showers are a big room, and there are 8 showers in there, and they take 4 cells at a time, 2 people in each cell, put them in the showers together. No guards watch you or anything. Go in there naked and shower. You take what you need to shower with you. Before you can go shower, you stick your hands out through the bars and get cuffed up. You only can wear your boxers out of your cell. Carry a towel in your hand. The guards will search your boxers, make sure you have no weapon on you. Everything's real strict there. They'll search your towel, your soap, and everything. Make sure you have no weapons. They go down there and they uncuff everybody one at a time. You take a shower, 5-10 minutes, come get you out. And these guys, man, they're trying to say they're taking a shit and everything else, man, trying to get in the shower with me, man. And, man, I can hear people talking, man, and they're like, "I'm a woman" or something. And like, we go to shower, I don't know whether to face the spigot or put my back to it, man. Because, yeah, it was terrible, man. When a man is nervous or he's real cold, things don't show as well. So, yeah, just to be as blunt as I can with that, I didn't know which way to face, man. My body hadn't matured fully yet. It was a nightmare. And it was so much of a nightmare that I was staying up for days at a time and I couldn't sleep. And when they have yard Monday through Friday, the guards come and get you, and you can only come out, carry out your boxers and your sandals. Can't take nothing else to yard. You carry your bottoms and a t-shirt, but a pair of trousers on the bottom, not jeans, but a pair of like scrubs, bottoms, and a t-shirt. And you get out of your cell, and they'll do a metal detector on you and search all that stuff and handcuff you up and walk you to the yard, a couple people at a time, and you get out to about 20 people. And people that don't come to yard are kind of being looked at like they're afraid to go to yard. So even though I know everybody's wanting to talk to me and push up on me, man, I'm not about to stay in my cell and act afraid. So I go to the yard every time, even though I'm terrified to. And this video is going to be about 20 minutes long. I'm going to try to push in through McAllister in like the next 3 videos. But a few things happen there, and it's important I tell you, man. So I couldn't sleep at night, and when I did sleep, I was having nightmares about being raped and killed. And there was no let up. It wasn't going away. This place looks like the things you see on movies. It looks that way. And everyone around me, I've got one guy trying to get me to masturbate and ejaculate into a cup so he can buy it. I've got 2 or 3 guys trying to ask me to move in with them as soon as I get there. And I'm trying to act like a man and not act like I'm afraid, but at the same time kind of play dumb enough like I don't know what they're asking. And it was so bad after about a week or so, man. My lawyer came and got me and took me down there to talk to me. She was a female. She really liked me. And she took me as a juvenile, and she took a real personal interest in my case. And when you go to McAllister for the Scared Straight program, they got these big old poster boards of people that have been murdered there and stuffed in trash cans and all kinds of things to scare people to death. And she's showing me this. And I said, why are you showing me that? You know, it's too late to try to scare me. I live here now. And so I told her, this is what I told her, and I carried it with me the whole time I was in there. I told her that if I could ever get out of McAllister, if I could make it out of prison without blaming everyone else for what happened to me, without hating everyone and everything, without being full of hate, if I could still have love in my heart, if some little piece of Ricky could survive, that I would feel I survived. Because I know what happened to me was my fault. Make no mistake about it. What I did, I caused. And I was getting what I deserved. Maybe a little more than I deserved. That'll be up to you to decide. So after about a week of it, I couldn't take it anymore, and I wrote my mother a letter. First, I went and sat on the bed, and I made me a noose. While my cell partner was out working on the computers, I made me a noose out of my sheet. And I tied it to the top bunk, and I wrote my mother a letter telling her I was sorry. I just couldn't take it. Please understand, I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough. And I went and sat on the edge of the bed, and I put the noose around my neck. And I know I could kill myself. I've never tried to kill myself, but I know if I do, it'll be successful. Because it won't be a cry for help. I'll be doing it. And I was just going to sit off the edge of the bed and wait till I passed out and let gravity do the rest. And I was sitting there on the edge of the bed with the noose around my neck, and I was about to slide off there, and I looked over at the letter that I had written and stuck in my Bible, and I told my mom, if anything ever happened to me, look in my Bible. And that letter was in there, and I looked at that Bible, and when I did, I pictured the look on my mama's face when they told her what I did. Picture the look on my mama's face when she read that letter. And so I, sorry. I got that letter out of my Bible, and I wrote my mother a letter. And I told her I just couldn't handle it. It was too much for me. And I begged her. I begged her to let me kill myself. And my mom wrote me a letter right back. She told me she was not agreeing to that. She would not let me do that. She told me this was something she just could not help me through. All she could do was pray for me. But that everyone was praying for me. And that it was like I was trying to swim across the river and I was halfway. She couldn't help me. All she could do was stand there and say, keep pedaling, Ricky, keep pedaling. You're going to make it. And so I kept pedaling. And I decided right then that no matter what else happened to me, they would have to kill me. I wouldn't do it for them. And so I manned up and I got through that shit, man. And it's over now and it's behind me. So please don't feel sorry for me. Because I made it through it. What I want you to do is to share this so that maybe the next guy doesn't. Maybe he won't do that to his mom. Maybe he doesn't do it to himself. Never forget the victims, man. Because for everything that I've gone through, everything my mothers went through, the victim's family went through more. And I've never forgotten it. I'm going to kick this video off right here. The next video, I will dive right straight back into McAllister. I'm sorry I didn't get much of it done, man. It's just, I'm going to try to just plow straight through it, tell you everything that happened. Sorry, this one's already at 20 minutes. And I'll dive right back in on the next one. May God keep you and yours. Peace out. Hope to see you in the next one. Later.